What's up, you guys? It's Layla Lynn and I'm back with a new video. And in this video, we have to talk about Angela. Angela Oakley received one of the biggest compliments of all time when people were telling her that she reminded them of the old Atlanta. Atlanta was doing a rebrand when they brought in Britt Eady, who flopped and took Kenya out with her. When they brought in Kelly and when they brought in Angela, that was the mini rebrand. And so many people were saying she reminded them of the old Atlanta. And I feel like the old Atlanta the reason she was getting that compliment was because the old Atlanta, the ladies could read, like Nene Leakes could read. And then also the tea was true. It was true tea Atlanta, like that whole Mr. Chocolate situation, like it was real tea. And so I feel like Angela is losing that luster. She's losing that sparkle, and I don't know if she's still worthy of that compliment after last week's episode. And now today we have Ashley, the wife of George, who Phaedra alleged George is Mr. Chocolate. The wife of George is clapping back at Angela. So they're going back and forth on social media. So we're going to get into it in this video. But first, if you're watching, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel or my crime channel, make sure you subscribe, click the bell, do all the YouTube things to support your girl, especially this summer. I'm working hard to bring you these videos this summer. So, okay, Ashley, her name is Ashley Byrom. They're the Byroms. They have a YouTube show called Crash Money Millionaires. George is a personal injury attorney. So she posted on her social media, imagine calling me to fish for information about another woman, getting absolutely nothing but a neutral response, then turning around and making my husband the centerpiece of a story you created in your own head. Now, mind you, her husband is messy. George is messy. And so I can see why Angela would choose him to get involved in some mess. She said, let's be serious. Out of everything in this world, why would I ever give someone permission to put my husband in the middle of an allegation like that? That doesn't even make sense. I'm just glad Shamea brought it to light before she had the chance to fully run with that made-up narrative. Now, the narrative is that Shamea was sleeping with George. George allegedly made a comment like, oh, Shamea looks so good I had to pay her when he donated to her charity. And George, if you look at the Crash Money Millionaires YouTube channel, if you look at their Instagram, I'll put some clips in. I saw a clip on No Chaser TV when he was talking about how when he met Ashley, she was in her 20s, door dashing with her. Okay, so she was trying to get somewhere. She was trying to get somewhere and meet some people, and she hopped up on the right one. He is a flirt. If you ask me, like, he's a flirt. For him to say that he had to pay Shamea because she looks so good, it's something like someone with his personality type would say, but it doesn't necessarily mean he slept with her. Like, he seems to be the type of man that wants to be seen with beautiful women. And so that's why he's married to a much younger wife. Like, that's his whole vibe. Ashley also posted, meanwhile, the Byroms don't need a show to validate our lifestyle. Now, she might not, but he does. And that's why he has a show, the Crash Money Millionaires. He has a show to validate his lifestyle because that is what he needs. And it's one episode, like on Instagram, I'll put a clip of it here where he talks about buying, I think he said they flew in on a jet, like they paid thousands of dollars for some type of ticket. I guess it was some type of concert ticket. And the guy was like, for a few thousand more, you know, you can get this. I guess it was like an extra special VIP, whatever it was, they were selling him on it. And it was given that he is that. He does need a show, like he is that. He likes to be seen spending money. But she went on to say, and if making the cut was supposed to elevate you, it didn't do much. Your front lawn is taller than me and full of weeds. Do better, neighbor. So she's calling Angela out for her grass. Listen. Maybe they do want to be on the show, and Angela does imply that in her response. But if they want to be on the show, it seems like they want to come on Team Shamea. They don't want to come on Team Angela. And so that's what it all comes down to. So Angela posted on her stories, nope, y'all taught me a valuable lesson. We know clout chasers when we see them now. Won't get me again. Truth doesn't need my help. It'll reveal itself soon enough. And so people are thinking from these comments Angela's making, people are thinking it's going to be on the reunion where she's going to spill all this tea. Some people are thinking that. I'm not. I feel like what it is Angela taking this man who makes these crazy, silly comments, is this man who is a flirt and who likes to be seen with beautiful women, making comments about Shamea, who is a beautiful woman, to be associated with Shamea, but at the same time, it's not given that he's actually associated with Shamea. Like, it's not given what she thinks is given. She said, P.S. I saw this man yesterday. He told me he loves all this. He likes the attention. Funny how me hiring a private investigator and asking questions somehow turned into a manufactured storyline for somebody else chasing a moment. Y'all don't have to like me, but one thing I'm not is a damn fool. And by the way, if you don't want your personal injury attorney all in the blogs, all in the videos, in Instagram chasing clout, maybe choose, and she added someone else. I didn't bring them into the conversation. She didn't bring them into the show, but she did bring them into the conversation because they showed the text messages where the girl actually said she was fishing for information about Shamea. But I feel like they all do that. I feel like they all fish for information on each other. They all have rehearsed reads. That's why when you hear Angela and Pinky going at it, that's why they're reading each other the way they are. Same with Drew and Kelly with the misproportions. Like they all rehearse reads for each other. They all have tea stashed for each other. So yeah, I think they all prepare for each other. But I want to talk about the reason Angela is going for Shamea and not Portia. And it's the same reason Drew made up with Portia, but Drew never made up with Shamea. And it has to do with social value. People assign social value to other people, which is a lot different from financial value. Like you can see George, in my opinion, George tries to get social value by using his finances. But in the case of the Real Housewives of Atlanta circle, when the difference between Portia and Shamea, and the reason people forgive Portia or forgive, like pretend to forgive Portia is because she has a higher social value in that circle. Like she's been on the show 10 plus years as a peach holder. Shamea has been making appearances on the show probably 10 plus years, but she wasn't a peach holder. She was like a friend of, and not even really a friend of. She was just making appearances. But Portia is the one with the social value. Portia is the one with the fans because Portia is the one that has been holding this peach. And the reason Shamea even got on the show is because of Portia. It seems like the reason she even got close with Portia. Because she said actually they weren't that close before Portia got married and then divorced to Cordell. That's when she got close to Portia. And it all seems like she got close to Portia because of Portia's social value of her being in the circle for Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is something Portia did. Like Portia filled out the application or what have you. Portia was the one that attempted to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and got cast. And then you see Shamea coming on the show as a friend to her. So people perceive Portia as having a social value, not Shamea. And that's why they'll forgive Portia, but not Shamea. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Angela is losing her luster? Is she losing her sparkle? Is she losing the reason people used to say that she reminded them of the old Atlanta? Because I feel like at this point, I know people hate when I bring up Sheree, but I feel like if you want like a real storyline with Angela, if you're going to let her keep holding a peach, bring Sheree, even if she's not a friend to the show, bring her as like a day player, someone that makes appearances. Because when Charles Oakley remembered her, when he talked about her on Watch What Happens Live, he talked about Sheree so fondly. He talked about traveling the world with Sheree. And I feel like, okay, well, that's real tea. Because that's really your husband, Angela. That's really your husband reminiscing about Sheree on national television. That's real tea. So let's talk about that. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. As always, thanks for watching.